The Waterfowl Neck is the inland tidal marsh area located north of Georgetown up to Murrells Inlet, west of Litchfield and Pawleys Island, and east of the mainland. The Great Petey River, the Waccamaw River, and the Black River converge to create a delta marsh suitable for growing rice. By 1840, Georgetown County produced almost half of the rice crop in the United States. After the collapse of the rice culture in the late 1800s, sportsmen began purchasing abandoned rice plantations for the sole purpose of managing impounded rice fields for the enjoyment of hunting waterfowl. Today, these freshwater rice fields practice two different management regimes. Some property owners plant row crops, corn, milo, millet, and rice, while others practice wet soil management, producing naturally occurring perennial seed-producing plants, such as smartweed, tear thumb, and sedge. Duralton Plantation, an historic rice plantation located on the Great Petey River, dates back to the 1770s. Thomas G. Samworth of Wilmington, Delaware, purchased Duralton in 1945 and gifted the property to the state of South Carolina in 1962 for the sole stated purpose of providing waterfowl hunting experience to the public. Mr. Samworth was awarded the Order of the Palmetto in 1978, the state's highest honor award. Maintaining the infrastructure of tidal waterfowl impoundments is an immense, continuous, and expensive responsibility. SCDNR Wildlife and Freshwater Fisheries Division, led by Deputy Director Emily Cope, is doing an exemplary job. As an administrator, Emily Cope has raised the funds to complete this never-ending task. By partnering with Ducks Unlimited, SCDNR is doing quality work repairing rice field banks and replacing water control structures. Even though much has been accomplished, there are still problems to be addressed. This is a major impoundment bank blowout at Samworth WMA that has not been repaired. Predominant undesirable plants and wet soil managed impoundments are white marsh and sesbania. These drone videos of Samworth WMA impoundments show they are choked with sesbania and white marsh. These two invasive plants can be controlled with aggressive soil disturbance such as disking and tillering. In order to keep these two plants under control, neighboring properties are successfully using a track machine designed to operate in wet rice field conditions, the Marshmaster. Now that DNR is working on completing the infrastructure repairs, the interior of these impoundments need to be managed by an experienced wet soil manager. Waterfowl will not come if a quality food source is not available. 9 Marshmasters operated in Samworth's rice fields this past summer. There was opportunity for effective and successful manipulation of the fields. If proper management had been applied, using these valuable tools effectively could have eliminated the two most problematic invasive plants, sesbania and white marsh. The following graphs show the decline of waterfowl harvests on Cat 1 properties between 2010 and 2022. All numbers were derived from U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Ducks Unlimited, and South Carolina Department of Natural Resources. This data is fact and irrefutable. SCDNR Cat 1 properties have experienced a 40% decline in waterfowl harvest since 2010. During most of this period, the North American waterfowl breeding populations were at historic highs. Samworth WMA has witnessed a catastrophic decline of 100% since 2010, with only 28 waterfowl harvested on 995 acres over the past 6 years. Meanwhile, the managed properties in the Waterfowl Neck have experienced quality hunts and some days historic harvest. Working together, we can reverse this trend. Suggestions to improve Sam Worth's waterfowl habitat: employ a permanent, qualified freshwater wet soil manager, use proven management practices successfully being used in the Waterfowl Neck, hire 6 full-time waterfowl technicians, and for the sake of transparency and accountability, reinstate Sam Worth WMA in the Cat 1 annual harvest report. It is rumored that Sam Worth WMA's waterfowl classification could be changed from a Category 1 status to a Category 2. This action would be contrary to Thomas Sam Worth's purpose for gifting the property to the state for the benefit of the public hunter, spell disaster for the Waterfowl Neck waterfowl ecosystem, and deprive the public hunters opportunities to hunt waterfowl near Cat 1 property in the Waterfowl Neck. If Sam Worth WMA's classification is changed, it will become a sea of white marsh, unsuitable for waterfowl.
You have to manage the wetland habitat. If you don't, in a very short period of time, Mother Nature will take over.
When you look at these properties, if you don't do any management or you do minimum management, you're going to find that succession will take over.